Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks and the beginning of a new series. I'm on the Xbox One, yes, very hard to believe, but I am. And it's, yeah, like I say, a new series. Road to Tier 10, or, well, this one is Road to the Leopard 1. I've always quite fancied actually getting the Leopard 1 in this game, and another reason I picked it is because you don't tend to see many of them, or I don't anyway. I don't tend to see many Leopard 1s or Leopard PTAs at all. I see the odd Indian Panzer every now and again, and I seem to wonder where those people go to, because I don't really see Leopard PTAs or Leopard 1s, and obviously the Indian Panzer leads into them. Another reason is basically because the bottom end of that sort of part of the tech tree, I've been in bits of those tanks, but not really been through a lot of them, and the way that I'm going to, because you can go through, I think it's the Panzer IIIA and then the Panzer II G, possibly, and then it leads into the Panzer III-4, if memory serves me. And I think I've been in the, well, obviously I've been in the IIIA, I think I've been in the III-J, because I went to the DW2 from it, or does that go from the IIIA? Anyway, no, it goes from 3A, I think. I don't know if I've been in the 3J then. But anyway, the Panzer III-4, I free XP'd through it a long time ago. This is like not long after I first started playing the game, I think it was. And I went in it a little bit and sort of free XP'd, but that game that you just saw there was my first encounter with the Panzer II G, which is what I'm in now. This was my second encounter, unfortunately, which didn't go very well again. And but yeah, I've never been in the Panzer II G, hence why I went this way instead of through the sort of 3J, and I've never been in the VK2001D, and in fact, I don't think I've ever seen one on the battlefield, or I don't ever remember seeing one on the battlefield. And over the weekend, when my wife was trying to get the fatherland, she'd not been down the Soviet line at all. So she had to start it afresh to do the fatherland grind, and basically we saw a VK2001D, and I didn't even realise what it was. I was like, what the hell's that? Is that new? And I had to look to see where it was in the tech tree. And I've not really explored down that bottom end. Like I say, I went through the very bottom, I think it is, into the Lux, and got up to the Leopard, and that was a long time ago. And like I say, I did have a couple of games in the Panzer III-4 and a couple of games in the 3001D, 3002D possibly. The Tier 5, is it? 6? Yeah, Tier 6 I think. Oh, I don't know anyway. We'll find out when I get there, won't we? I can't quite remember which one it is now. And yeah, so, you know, like I say, I've not really explored that part of the German line. I've never been through the Indian Panzer or anything, and I quite fancy the Leopard 1, so here we are. But, as you can see, my first couple of encounters with the Panzer II G were not particularly good. The first one was completely stock, with the stock gun. It's a little 2cm, I think it is, KWK, something like that. I think I've got it here. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, 2cm KWK, 122 rounds a minute, rapid fire little machine gun thing, 23 pen, 11 damage, decent aiming time, 1.6 seconds, horrible accuracy at 0.57, but what do you expect? Got enough XP in that first game to get the second gun, which is the one that's on it now as well. It's also, you can have this as a top gun option. There's two top guns on it, but it's also the sort of first upgrade, and it's a 2cm flak, 122 rounds a minute, 39 penetration and 11 damage again. And he was definitely going for the ram kill, but I managed to just spray and pray and killed him before he could do too much damage to me. You do get 51 pen on your premium rounds on this one as well. It's 46 on the other one, and I think the first gun on this is the gun that's on the Panzer II G, the premium one, the one with the really thick armour and the really crap gun. So yeah, this one was better, and you know, I kind of wish I'd have gone through this earlier, in a way. I mean, I don't, because then I won't be able to do this video now, but I do, because I found this to be quite a fun little tank for doing stuff like that. Straight up. Oh, nope, I didn't get the kill. Yeah, suicide ram kill. But I bet he still thought totally worth it. Anyway, yeah, this gun's better and a bit more fun. Decent aiming time again, 1.6 seconds. Accuracy better than the other one, 0.45, but still nothing too special. Armour wise on the front of this, I think, is it about 30mm? I was trying to get the armour values, but the website seems to be down, but I didn't think it was too important for this because I'm not really reviewing it. But this was, like I say, got the first upgrade on it. Had a shocking game, which you saw that sort of short clip of, and then had this game and sort of kind of fell in love with this little tank. It's quite good fun. Not a particularly good power to weight ratio per se. It's got a decent top speed of 64 kilometers an hour, though it just takes a little bit to get there. But yeah, it's good fun. You do have a choice of top guns. Like I say, you can stick with the 2cm flak, or you can go for a 3cm MK103, which has a slower rate of fire, 22.5, but very good penetration at 95, which is, you know, that's really quite good for a tier 3. 30 damage and 110 pen on the premium rounds, but quite a long aiming time at 2.3 seconds and not particularly good accuracy at 0.5. That was me done with that one, but here we are. Not a bad round, but unfortunately it was a defeat. I think I had about 8 games in this in total to go from sort of start to finish, getting out of it again. But I think that might have got me enough for the top turret and engine upgrade, possibly. So I think I put that on. Maybe had I had a couple of mediocre rounds. I've not put them all in here, and the format of this might change over the next couple of weeks. I'll see how it goes. I wasn't quite sure how to do this, so I thought I'd change it. But yeah, after that game, well, I went back to a bit more of this, unfortunately. Yeah, the dreaded Panzer II G. I wish I did switch to premium ammo, and it kind of made me wish I'd got the 3cm on with the 95 pen, because I would have shredded that Panzer II G. But with I foolishly didn't check it in the module viewer and didn't realise that 3cm is sort of an autoloader. As you can see here, you've got 3 rounds in the clip, and I think it fires 2 shots per round. And like I say, very good penetration. Aiming time is a bit horrible for this sort of tier, and the reload is a killer. 15-second reload, which, well, I had this match, it wasn't too bad. You know, it was alright, like I say. I think got out of this 8 games. Obviously I've not put them all on here, I've just put a couple of good, you know, sort of decent ones, showcasing the sort of different guns and what have you. But yeah, so I, you know, just thought I'd swap it up a bit because I struggled with that Panzer II G. And I thought, well, this does see up to tier 5. I think I'd been in a tier 5 match in it just before this one, and that was with the other gun, the 2cm flak. And although I could take down the sort of lower tier ones and things like the tier 4 Japanese heavies, the Type 95, not got brilliant armour, have they? And I could take those down, but I came up against a KV-1 and I just couldn't pen the damn thing. I think the odd one went through. In fact, I'm not even sure that it did. It was, yeah, it was very tricky anyway. Just couldn't pen it and it killed me. Well, it killed me in the end. I did make a bit of a sort of a YOLO run. It was towards the end of the match and I was on extremely low health, and it was about the last guy standing, I think, on the enemy team, so what the hell. But yeah, so I thought I'd switch it up and get that extra pen, and I just wish I'd have checked it in the stats first. Because the first match that I went in, the sort of, you know, I saw it was an autoloader and thought, oh, that's quite nice. In fact, that's even better. But then the 15-second reload just, oh, it's a killer. Absolute killer. And the worst thing is that there was such a jam at the beginning of the match. It was on wide park and counter. Everybody was just crashing into people, and me. And I didn't pay attention to how long it took to reload the first time because I was just trying to get out of there without being crushed by a load of tanks. Yeah, I was looking for something there, but anyway, yeah, tanks will do. So, you know, didn't really do very well in that match because I did not account for the reload when I actually encountered the enemy tanks. Like I say, because I just missed it at the first reload of the match. So yeah, I got my arse handed to me pretty badly. So I had another game, this was it, and this time I did account for the reload, and the extra pen on this gun is very handy. I think the 2cm flak probably would have struggled with that guy a bit. I can't remember what the armour is on those. That was quite good, but it was a tier 2, wasn't it? So yeah, probably would have penned it with premium at least, definitely. Yeah, at least, definitely. But yeah, the extra pen on this gun is worth it. The accuracy is a bit off, but it is quite funny when you do something like that. You know, one round goes into one tank, the other one goes into the one behind him. But I thought the people, the enemy tanks near the bridge, had been taken care of, but unfortunately there was that tier 3 check tank there with the autoloader. That is a nasty little autoloader with a very good reload on it. And if this was like that, I'd be a happy man. But, like I say, you've just got to account for that lengthy reload with this one. And it's a bit of a tough decision, I found, to decide which gun to actually go for on it. Whether to go for this gun or the 2cm flak, because in the low tier matches I'd rather have the 2cm flak because of the reload time is so much better. Oh dear, that sneaky little check. He's gonna have me. Yeah, there we go. I had fun in that tank. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, in the low tier matches I'd rather have the other gun, because the reload's so much quicker, and you can get up to them, spray, and you don't really need that pen. And even in the tier 4 matches, if you can't pen the side or the rear, you can always fall back on a few premium if you really need to. But in tier 5 matches, it's a very, very difficult gun to get along with. Oh, don't get too excited about the XP, by the way. I still have the bonus on the wins. I don't know what it was for on the Xbox. It might have been the pack that I bought to get the Fox combat car, actually. So I get double stuff on wins for the first so many games. But yeah, not a bad match. Came in third. The M2, like the tier 2, looked like he had a damn good game. So yeah, well done to him. But yeah, like I say, it was a tough choice with the guns. I'd rather have the 2cm flak in the low tier matches. I'd rather have the other one in the high tier matches, but unfortunately there's no way of telling what match you're going to get into. So you've just got to pick your gun and just take your lumps with whatever the downside is for the situation you're in. Obviously, like I say, the 3cm lengthy reload, which just kills you in the low tier matches because everything else reloads so quickly. Or the 2cm, which I've put back on the tank here. Unfortunately, got into a tier 5 match. Great. And yeah, the killer with this one is you just struggle to pen a lot of the tier 5s. But this was the last game that I did in it, and it got me enough XP to move on to the tier 4 tank, the VK2001D. So yeah, quite happy with that. In fact, yeah, thinking back, the 3-4 is the tier 5, isn't it? Yeah, so it's the tier 6 after the Panzer III 4 that I've done a couple of games in, but that was about it. So, and that was a long time ago. So yeah, that's why I'm going down this line. But I was a bit concerned with this match and just wondering what to do, because like I say, the power to weight ratio on this isn't great. The terrain resistances, although I didn't actually look at them with it being a tier 3, you know, I thought, well, I'm not going to be in it for overly long anyway. They don't feel particularly good. And like I said before, although it does have that good top speed of 64 kilometers an hour, it just takes a little bit to get there. And another downside with this gun, of course, for anybody who's sort of played tanks with this type, is at range you've just got no hope of penning. The pen's that low that forget it. And even that OI experimental, I just want to stay away from him, because he could really punish me, and there is pretty much nothing I could do about it with this gun, apart from tickle him with it. So yeah, stay away from him, keep half an eye on him on the map. I mean, obviously you should always keep half an eye on the map, but him in particular. But yeah, I must admit I was at a bit of a loss in this match. Tier 5 encounter on Prokhorovka in a little Tier 3. Now, I did consider something quite suicidal there and then thought better of it. I was going to go after the OI and see if getting any closer would actually pen it, but then on the way there I realised no, it's about 70mm on the side of one of those things, I think. Although again I probably screwed myself out of something, just getting the wrong one. Might be a bit thinner on the side actually. In fact they are, aren't they? But no, I still wouldn't have been able to pen it, and like I say, probably one shot from him and I would have been done. So I'll go and pepper that blitzen instead, and then I'm going to hunt down this Razanai and hopefully not get killed in the process. And he did take a big hit, but I'm able to just finish him off. And I do apologise if you heard a lot of clattering then. That was our pet rabbit making his presence known again. A house rabbit. Right, I kind of didn't expect these to be down here. I don't know why, and it was a bit foolish, and I was pretty much just congratulating my own luck that they just kept missing me when that happened. And I got ammo racked, I think it was. Yeah, ammo racked by the Su-85. Oh, he's at it again. So yeah, just as I was congratulating myself on them missing and being quite lucky, boom, ammo racked. But it is what it is, and that got me enough XP to actually get out of that tank. So that was it, and next week, next Tuesday, I'll try and do it every Tuesday, will be the VK, well, I'll be starting in the VK 2001D, see how long it takes me to get out of that one. And like I say, I think I might change the format slightly, but I'm not too sure. And just quickly before the video ends, I am sort of trying to get around to answering all of your comments on the video from the other day. Thank you again for sharing your stories, and I am going to reply to all of you. So it's just taking a little bit of time, that's all. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. So until then, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.